The rest of the passive is unchanged. Ability 1 unchanged. Should have parity, although we can talk about there's a little bit of we're consistently updating this one for visual clarity. So we did port the enemy Artemis that's like unified per skin, and we added even a little bit more motion to it and stuff like that to help people see the enemy Artemis trap.
Correct.
And I'm sure we'll get a lot of discussion on this. So it doesn't look like this to enemies at all. It looks like a very clear, distinct red warning circle with some additional, I think there's a little bow and arrow and crosshairs in the middle. So we will definitely be keeping out for feedback on that. Ability 2 does have a new effect, which if you want to go and fire that up and shoot the Ymir. It now has a successful hit tracker. It spawns these little charges next to you, and if you complete all the charges, it will extend the duration of the effect. Possibly infinitely, I guess. It has to be, you have to hit a god.
Correct.
Let me double check. Yeah, because that would be a little too crazy.
No
but as
way.
long as you keep your perfect...
No fucking way. An infinite attack speed, movement speed, Artemis.
This would be all the same as it always has been on Smite 1, though. Like the wriggling vines. See that you can actually see the targeter looks like a little bit smaller than the actual wriggling vines. Man, well, it's pretty close. I guess.
It's
Actually,
close.
it is pretty accurate. So no, I don't think they got any larger.
And then we've got the ultimate tried and true Caledonian Thor.
Tusky
going to get him.
So Tusky did have a bit of some cleanups to try to make sure he is, more responsive and at least performing at parity or more responsive than he was in Smite 1. He won't just like miss his charge. Like if he's set to charge you and you somehow dodge it or juke it, he can change direction. He can kind of curve if he needs to. Yeah, we drifted Tusky now. But also like... if you manage to not get stunned by him and then you re-enter the area, he will find you and hit you again. Or if you try to like just up down leap him, he will still try to get you after you return from the leap. He won't just ignore you. Effect affects the ability 1 if you can hover it for us.
Yeah, and I'll say
the aspect, the aspect of the wild. So this kind of the goal of this aspect is kind of to make a mage Artemis, which is kind of crazy, right? Because she's always been so basic attack focused,
right.
But this
Now
one
target
changes
minions?
the trap to be kind of a larger explosion area with a persistent repeated hit effect. So it's bigger. Let's see. That no longer roots and cripples. It now hits minions. So if minions or jungle, you can usually use this jungle Artemis, which we've tried a good bit. And it'll give Artemis a little heal, and it'll do a persistent AoE damage. So kind of like an Anubis AO3 or something like that. So it does not do a lot of damage if you just touch it once. You have to actually like stay in the area. Boom. Yeah. And we've even got some fancy art to go along with it.
Cool. Really cool.
It's cool that they're actually adding stuff.
So we've had some testing, and this has been like she was a top. You could have him. Well, you could have him run a little bit closer to you. But yeah, you can place this. This is really good for lane clear. You can place it out ahead of time and let the minions path into it.
That's interesting.
And, like, that to get that to work, it's harder for her to just do on the fly.
Yeah, it's
but it can do some really cool. She can do some really cool stuff with it. It's a really cool aspect.
How many traps can she have out? Is it 4 or 5 or 3 or 4?
Does it say a max of 4 traps? Which I guess is an increase. A lot, we were saying
it was 3 in Smite 1.
That was another intentional increase by the designer. Was just one more trap. You get one more trap. Yeah. You're right. Sorry about that.
And as a ability, it would proc Bluestone.
It procs all ability items.
Do they take double damage if you have 2 of them down?
But yeah, you have to stay in the area to take the damage. Right. Otherwise, you just get hit by 1 tick if you path out of it.
Yeah, and I will say, I saw a lot of the development for Artemis.
If there are 2, does it do
we tried some
double damage?
I think where we ended up is a pretty fun place where it's like the true Artemis kit is pretty authentic to what you know and love. It was never a super broken kit in Smite 1, but it was fun and it was iconic and it could be really, really strong.
It's it's a sleeper OP kit. She kind of always was in Smite 1. At least people would consider her a pub stomper. I think the community would at least agree with me on that. Like she can be really good at lower skill tiers, but she's actually always had surprisingly high win rate at higher tiers as well. She's just very consistent, has extremely high damage output. If she has a team that knows how to like peel for her, you know, that's her main issue. She doesn't have any mobility, right? She has movement speed. She has some self peel with some CC, but she really needs to do, you know, she really needs some additional peel to be good. But when we were porting her to Smite 2, there was some additional. Oh yeah, hits the totem. Yeah. You know, that should still be an achievement because hitting the totem is a very weird.
Right.
The totem has like as an NPC, he doesn't follow the rest of the rules. So I've had bugs with my gods where like everything works except hitting the totem. I'm like, oh god, what is this totem? But no, Artemis did have to have a couple adjustments to like numbers as we ported her over. Like her stim was like 6,000 gold worth of items in Smite 2 or something like that. More than that. It was like 8,000 gold worth of items.
You watching all this? Yeah,
we did
probably.
take the numbers down a little bit on the
Sounds good.
AO2. It
GG's,
still feels
GG's.
insanely strong in Smite 2. But yeah, a couple little tweaks because her numbers are just pushed in Smite 1 like crazy. Enough buffs over the years to work and combat the perception.
Do they have?
Every time we buff her, it's because of perception. She's generally performing pretty well in Smite 1.
Yeah.
But we buff her anyway because, you know, there's plenty of good reason to. But all those.
I kind of like her aspect, but I just need to know if you have 2 placed, it doesn't do double damage.
We did do a couple adjustments, and I still think her passive is also just nuts. Like being able to hit just a flat percent damage increase is crazy.
Yeah. And then the added being able to detect enemies in stealth grass is a really fun thing added to Smite 2. So
yeah,
definitely
that's cool.
Looking forward to seeing what people do with Artemis as we start flash testing tomorrow. We are in dev today, so
Do
bringing us
2
back to Cam.
traps.
Is anything else for Artemis before?
No, I was just gonna say I love that chat's like, I don't know if I'd want to do it. It's a big trade-off because you're losing the CC,
Yeah.
you know, and the extra passive damage that you
It's
get from
cool,
CC targets,
and
but,
that's
like, you know,
what
that's good,
matters.
right? Like we want the aspects to feel like they are a trade-off. They give you something that's new and different, but isn't exactly the way that you're playing the original gods. So, yeah, and please let us know how it feels when you're playing in the flash test.
Oh, I'll let you know.
Tomorrow. I'm going to answer one more question while you're pulling up stuff.
Yeah.
Why aren't we streaming on YouTube? We are not streaming on YouTube today. Our relay that we use to stream to multiple things simultaneously is broken at the moment, and we will be fixing that when we can to be able to stream on both once again. But for a little while at least, we'll only be live on Twitch, and we will be posting the VODs to YouTube as always.
Yeah. So yeah, the VOD will go up on YouTube shortly after the live stream today.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, gentlemen, are you all ready to talk about Awilix?
Yes.
Headed to the battleground in OB4.
Yeah. So, I mean, first of all, she's had a pretty significant model update.
Yeah, we teased it on Friday's show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did
wow.
you show it already?
Yeah,
like
we
from
did.
the you know, forward perspective.
Oh, wow, she looks different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, pretty significant model update to her, you know, her clothing, face, everything really. She still very clearly reads as Awilix to me, like not any
No, for sure.
crazy silhouette breaking change or anything like that. Just a details pass really, but it was really a full model update. So she looks really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so going through the kit, the key thing to mention of this kit is extremely
You can see her feet
specific
on the
in
back
how
of
it
Suku.
flips, right?
Yeah, it is
This
so
is a Xander god for
It's like
sure.
Uller, right?
Yeah.
This kit
For
is
sure.
I think even more so than Uller, because this kit literally says like, press 1 and then press 2 and then press 3 and then press 4, and if you don't press it in the right order, like,
Can we get a
just
zoom
falls
in?
apart. So we really did not want to disrupt that in any way.
Yo, Hatred, thank you for the primer.
Her
Thank
plus
you.
one
Some
can have
primes in the chat for pure
extra
hatred.
additive,
My goat, my
optional
goat.
effects. We really didn't want to disrupt that core flow of the kit. So therefore, we found this kit was a specifically challenging kit that we wouldn't want to change or rework any one ability because the whole thing just kind of falls apart. So the first +1 is on the passive initiative.
Okay.
So when you deal damage, you get this buff for 4 seconds. But if you dive in on Suku, you get it for 6 seconds.
Nice, cool.
So pretty simple change. You just get a little bit bonus on the effect.
I think that's
for the
horrible.
extra duration if you really commit to the true dive.
I think that's horrible.
And
I don't
lets
think you
do
ever.
the true dive into like the full combo.
Right, yeah.
Even after you pull back from the alt, so you get it all. So you just jump on a god, you can see 6 seconds.
Yeah,
I think they should
actually
give
had
you
a playtest, a lot
more-
of people like
I think it should be
wanting to
higher
get the
damage if
bonus,
you
even
jump
though
in
it might
off
have
of
been better
Suku.
to just right-click dismount. You
Like,
know?
imagine if it was
So, I
40%
think that,
if you
like,
jumped
it
in.
gives you
Like,
another
it's an
decision
actual
to
thing you have
make,
to
like,
care
is it
about.
worth getting the longer buff, or is it better to just dismount and you know, fight?
Yeah, we really didn't want to encourage people to like it be always better to just right click dismount instead
Missing
of
some text here, but
Austin.
yeah.
It's okay.
You can see her feet when she's on
let's see,
Suku
our
Oceans.
next ability 1 and 2, no major changes. just parity. So ability 1 you get on Suku. I mean, Suku I think also got a bit of a model update, so he
Yes.
looks awesome.
Yeah, Suku looks
That's
sick.
Just one thing
Yeah,
to
after
notice.
we go in game, we'll show off the front. The
They
God
look
page.
really
Yeah.
good on the front end page. Yeah.
I will say, like, one of the things that we've been tracking down recently.
There's always animation lock in if you jump and flip.
She doesn't quite mount Suku
Yeah, but your
properly.
jump is like
So
a
if you
half
see
second.
That happen in your in our flash test.
You have plenty of time to react and get away.
On top of Suku. Let us know. We think we've got every case where that can happen, but this is new tech for us. This is our first mounted character in Smite 2. So any like issues that you see in the flash test that you can report to us, we would really appreciate. Yeah.
There you go. All right, so ability 3 has one really cool new +1, but
yeah.
first you need to get on Suku, and then you need to aim at those Ymirs, and you can fire the AO3 from Suku.
Which is pretty sweet.
Oh. You used to listen for her to get off of Suku.
So this was probably
Chat likes
know
it.
when the
Yeah,
three's
that was-
coming.
that specific feature was one of the biggest requests from
Now you
our
have less
ambassador
time.
brainstorm. So shout out to the ambassadors.
Yeah, those
Thank you for your
ambassadors are
feedback.
morons.
We always, with every god, we usually get the ambassadors in to review the +1 pitches and to suggest things to us in the very early stages. Then we usually do another meeting with the ambassadors towards the end of the god's life cycle.
That's a kidding.
development
Kidding,
to
by the way. I
test
love
out,
the ambassadors.
how they're feeling. So yeah, this just lets you get some additional poke or potentially even set up an additional, set up a knock-up quicker.
Right,
And then
yeah,
you
you don't
can
have
choose
to-
to cancel.
Holy
or leap in,
fuck,
depending
Nathan.
on if it hits and stuff like that. It just makes the kit a lot more flexible on your engagements.
Can you ult while you're still on Suku, or do you have to dismount the ult?
That's a good
So,
question.
Let's see. Nope. you
It would
cannot.
be
would
cool
need
if
to
you
do the
could
quick
ult off of
cancel
it
then
and
and
it would
then-
auto dismount you.
And I think the reason we did that is because we wouldn't want you to alt and then you'd also still be stuck on Suku.
Yeah.
And then you have to cancel it.
Yeah.
But if we made the alt cancel you out of Suku, that would be, it's like a lose-lose.
Right, yeah.
So just
Why would that be a lose-lose?
Giving the player a little bit more.
Yeah, it's giving the player their agency.
The player control, to go there. So you can see it's very easy to pull that off. If you get the knock-up, you can just do the cancel for into the 4. But if you don't get that off, you can keep on rolling on
if I
Suku
can
without
do it,
having
chat,
to get back
you all
off.
can.
Oh, that's sick. That's true,
on this
Double J.
laptop keyboard,
Laptop,
too.
yeah.
Chat always has these crazy demands of
I
us.
know,
like,
right?
can you
God.
try to do this
Hit
while
the full
blinking? And we're like,
combo.
oh my god, man, this is a good laptop, but a tough keyboard.
Can you auto attack cancel your one
yeah, I mean,
mount into a
the
3 while
combo of
blinking
the
away,
1-3,
Jade
it just-
sceptering the
it lets
knockup
you
to
poke
proc your ultimate to
without
pull them
ever
in, and then
slowing down.
re-proc your
Or
3
just,
before
like,
they even land off the
minion
Jade
wave
scepter
and
knockup
clear
ult?
minion wave, excuse me.
That'd be so
Same
cool.
thing. It and it lets you fire off abilities like you might not know if this is going to hit or not. You can kind of wait until the last second before you want to cancel. So, not necessarily a huge game changer to the kit, but just gives this very, I guess, linear kit with a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4. It just gives you a new avenue of engaging in a new way of controlling the character, which I think is exciting.
Let me hover.
I really want to know if you can ult off of the Xerxes knockup, because the Xerxes knockup is so slow.
So this is Feather Step.
If
like
you,
AJ said, this should
Xerxes,
largely feel
can
like
you ult off
in Smite,
of your
right?
own
This is, if you've never
knockup?
played her, if you are a new player to Smite 2, she is a pretty high skill cap jungler.
She is. Very good
who
players
is
are so
capable
good
of
with this
doing
character.
Really crazy, amazing things if you are good with her. But if you're not very good, it's a little bit of a rough time sometimes.
Well, all of her abilities are situational.
Yes.
That's what
Yeah.
people struggle
Yes.
with. Like the one.
That's why I'm so
the
good with her.
2
Yeah, you and
only
Xander
knocks
both
up
saying
when
it at
you
the
hit
same
someone
time
from
makes so
the
much
side or the
sense.
back, right? So
Yes.
people just shoot this and go, "What does it do?"
Makes
It
so
doesn't do
much
anything.
sense.
Then you have to hit them in the back. The first ability you have to actually set up before you can even use it, which is very unique. And the ultimate,
It's like
the
Kai
ultimate
saying he's a
very
good
little if you
basketball
don't
player.
successfully pull someone. So like having the whole kit be situational.
Oh
is
yeah, I'm
what
gonna drop
makes it
30
high
tonight.
skill.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, even with the ultimate, I know there are some situations to where you just want to pre-fire the ult without having to pull anyone just to get that
stem.
buff, right?
Yeah,
Just to
yeah.
get the stem.
Yeah,
Jade
that
Scepter
is
has
true.
intelligence though.
So then we have the ultimate, which also has a little new benefit too. So while the gravity surge buff is active, you will always gain the maximum benefit for Feather Step. So if you 4, you can immediately Feather Step for full effect. You no longer have to set it up.
Oh. You can pig into an ult off of your own pig. You can
have to
like knock
test-
them up and have time to like turn ult.
because it's like because you deal max damage with 3 stats.
Because I actually think if you can do
Feather
that,
Step,
Xerxes should be auto built on this
3,
character.
right? And then
You'd have to test with this targeter.
yeah, that did more damage.
Yeah.
walk up and hit. Oh, but you can't just E on someone you haven't hit yet. So you have to at least, you still have to hit someone to mark them.
Yes. But then you're going to deal the max.
It's not in my Steam library. You have to go to your Steam thing.
Yes.
Sorry, I should have been more specific because it doesn't look like it's moving into the full AOE when you're ulted.
So that was 180, and then if you ult, that's 240.
That's
Okay.
240.
So now hit once and then ult.
There we go.
Yeah.
240 plus even a little bit more from the
Right,
power.
from the stem.
Yeah, the Steam thing on the page. You can go to the Steam thing on the page.
So I think that's it for her.
Go to like the PTS Steam
everything
page
else
thing.
We tried to keep parity. I've seen a lot of people ask about relics while on Suku. The rules were a little crazy in Smite 1, so we tried to keep them as similar as possible, or even
You could blink in
Yes,
Smite
you
1
can
on
blink
Suki.
while on Suku without getting off of Suku. In Smite 1, there was some relics you could use and some you couldn't. I know the designer
No.
in charge of this god was matching those up. I haven't tested them all before, but potentially Blink was one that was.
You like
people
go
were excited
through,
enough that maybe
and then they
Blink
get
was not
knocked up
allowed.
behind you, so you'd have to
It's
turn to then
one on
ult
Suku,
them.
but
No.
we really wanted to make it as as flexible as possible. So now you can blink on Suku.
Because don't you have to have? I'm not trolling, right? Don't you have to have
Probably not today,
vision?
Probably tomorrow.
Yeah, probably
So-
tomorrow for the flash test. All right, I'm going to bring us back to
Tomorrow,
And then
make it
does
today.
not
You got a
have an
deal.
aspect going
Yes,
live.
correct.
Correct.
Yes.
We've
Make it
been
today
talking
and
about,
you
we
got
had,
a
we had
deal.
some feedback that maybe the aspects and the god all being launched at the same time, maybe not the most ideal. So, we're not going to commit to one way or the other. Some new gods still might have aspects, some not, but potentially leaning towards launching a god with their +1s and their full port first, and then coming back and doing the aspect later.
Yeah.
Certainly something we might end up doing more of. But we'll still be doing new aspects every patch,
Right.
one way or the other.
And we do have two aspects in this patch that aren't these two gods. just-
One.
Okay, we have one aspect.
I thought you go through them. Do you not go through
The
them?
other one, I think, is probably maybe going to make it in the update. Or
I am hoping it'll still make it this update, but it was bugged today, and we didn't want to come on the show and talk about it and like lock it in until we work through the bugs.
All right. So, you want to look at the Ascension passes?
Yeah, let's
and
look
then
at the Ascension passes and stuff before we get into that last aspect and some of the items as well. We just went over Awilix, so let's bring up Awilix first. Like AJ said, she looks really,
so good.
really awesome
Yep.
in this presentation on the God overview page. I love how she's just chilling on Suku,
Yeah, this new pose is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks
I think
really great.
our team really.
Oh, that's
killed
sick.
her.
What the fuck?
I mean, they always do. They're amazing. But I think I was,
Dude,
I was
she looks
hesitant, and
sick.
They were like, hey, we want to redo Awilix. And I was like, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
but they were like, no, trust. And, it looks great.
One of those characters that the people dedicated to her are
Go
really
fuck yourself,
dedicated.
Willow. By the
And
way,
we made
go
sure we
fuck
had
yourself.
some ambassadors who are really dedicated to Awilix as well. We were like making sure they're on board with the changes was really important.
Cool. All right, well, I will go to the
And she has the
master
best emote of all time.
Yeah, it's great. So we've got Shadow Awilix up here first. I love how the purples are kind of transitioned to like that more crimson dark red.
Yeah.
with
Suku looks terrifying.
I know, right? That's a scary jaguar there.
It's pretty cool. I like it's like.
Also, I'm pretty sure it was Will Overwatch.
Pretty cool.
Cool. And
You
then
play
we've
a
got
dog shit
Tracker,
game.
Murder Mitten Miles. That's a fun name. Distance traveled while riding Suku. That is great.
If India named
Oh
that
my
shit fun.
God.
Yeah. You've got your
That's
mastery emote. You've got your clap.
Awilix.
You've got your objectives destroyed, God assists, and then second epic tracker is Moonlight Boops. The number of times Awilix has knocked up 2 or more.
Yeah, they just showed
gods
her.
with the same moonlight charge.
It's very much leaning into the cat memes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great. Moving on to the Onyx skin.
Ooh,
looking
classic, but it always looks so,
so
sharp.
sick.
man.
The Onyx skin is actually cool. This is one of the few skins that I actually think I like the Onyx
Every god is Onyx.
a lot. Maybe even more than.
The opal one.
Yeah.
most
Opal?
of the time. Let's see this one.
Oh,
That's pretty
Suku
good.
looks sick.
The opal,
Okay.
opal the leopard does look awesome.
Oh, that's so clean.
And AJ kind of teased it,
The
but
best
the,
emote
the
of all
emote is
time.
great. Yelling at Suku.
That's funny.
It's just how can you blame Suku? That's so rude.
Right?
But we had this.
You made
meme,
me miss my feather step.
This
Come
meme
on.
was just I as much as I fear this character in the right hands, this is one where you can juke her so hard. If you bait a Suku leap and you like 180 right as
yeah.
they leap, you are like a mile away
Yeah.
from the Awilix, and the Awilix just has to look at you like,
He's like, come on, Suku.
dang, I got ju-. Like if you do, you could really juke a Awilix hard. So this is what I think of when this meme happens, when you juke that Awilix
Yeah.
real hard. The support cat.
Then you got your wave. The title is Moon Goddess. The God
Moon
Kill
Goddess.
Tracker. Got your badge. Oh, the badge looks great. with
All right,
the
let's
new
see
art.
these.
We got Suku in there too.
Let's see the Radiant.
And then we've got Radiant Awilix and Suku as well. Looking clean in that white.
Not bad. Not bad.
And I believe the card
Show the
effect
border.
is working as well. So you'll get this on, you know.
Wait, that's
at the
cool.
very end of
Wait.
your Ascension Pass with the Awilix.
That one is
I love the
sick.
moon, the eyes at the
Oh,
bottom
that's
and the
cool,
cycle of the moon at the top. That's a good one.
That is. That's a
Wait,
really
that
nice
one is awesome.
Sick. All right, I'm
We
gonna
usually
bring
have
this-
these super late, so it's cool. Props to the team for getting it in.
Yeah, this is dope.
These are awesome.
All
The
so we'll bring
eyes
it
turn
back
on
again
also
while
when it turns to moon?
go and track down Artemis up next, and back to the laptop.
Yeah, and kind of like I said on the show the other day, you know, we did the Artemis remodel a couple years ago. which
I mean,
is
Artemis
all
looks
remodel
good.
in Smite 1, and it still looks
Artemis
pretty
looks
darn
good.
clean,
Oh, yeah.
especially with
Looks
a
great.
few cleanups for Smite 2.
Yep.
I think just looks really solid with the new engine.
All right, let's go to the Ascension Pass. Shadow Artemis.
I don't like any of the shadow skins, really. Maybe that's a
And
bad
the first
take,
epic
but I don't like
character is
them.
Master Trapper. Number of enemies trapped by Transgressor's Fate.
I wonder if you can really farm that up with the
I know,
aspect.
right? With the
That's what I was
aspect, yeah. Your emote and then the clap.
It might not count as trapped if you didn't get
That's true.
crippled.
Yeah.
I like. Can you go back to the shadow skin for a second?
Oh yeah.
It just was like that. The red aura around her arm.
Oh
was just,
yeah.
like,
I didn't even notice that.
pretty
It's a good
sweet.
tattoo. It's just funny to me, Artemis trying to look fierce because she's such like a sweet
Right?
little thing.
Yeah.
She's like short.
It's
She's
the
like one of the
exact
shortest
opposite.
gods in the game.
Yeah, I think
It's
it's
just
like her and Rat are like
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you're like aw, and then you go boom, 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 boom. And you're like,
Want him out, Cupid?
just crits. him.
Unless they're talking about just Smite 2.
Flying out of the bushes.
Hog Wild.
Epic
Is Cupid
Trapper.
bigger than her in
Wow,
Smite
that's a
2?
great name.
Good name.
I'm not gonna like it
Number
if
of
she,
enemy
if he
gods
is.
charged by the Caledonian Boar or Tusky, as we know and love him. Then we've got the Onyx skin.
Classic.
Even on
Still looks good.
Yeah,
Still
looks good.
great.
Still my
Eh.
favorite.
Give me the opal.
We've got Opal.
Bro, that like
Yeah, on some of
lavender
the more like just
is so
normal
clean.
humanoid characters.
Purple, lavender,
Just like JRPG hero.
so
And,
clean.
You know, I am a weeb. I love it.
Then the Mastery is just oh, poor
What the
Tusky.
fuck?
This is certainly a meme
Yeah.
reference, right?
Yeah, I don't
Just-
know
I
this
just
somewhere.
don't.
Chat
remem-
probably knows,
I don't
yeah.
even remember which one this is from. I was part of this Awilix Suku pitch, but I don't remember this
Oh,
one.
Mu Dang.
Apparently, it's a Mu Dang reference.
Ah,
It's
Mu
Scarlet.
Dang.
Scarlet,
yeah,
are you
yeah,
watching? Scarlet.
We've
guy
been
called
trying
Purple
to
Lavender?
trying to get Mu Dang.
Purple
in
slash
for a while.
lavender. Because it's not purple or lavender.
Wave emote. Hi, Artemis. Hunter is the title is Hunter, fitting for Artemis.
You
feel
smell
like if
lavender?
I
You're
am
such a
any carry
dumbass.
player. I'm going to want this Ascension
Right,
Pass
yeah.
to get this title, so I can just be Hunter everywhere.
True.
You've got your God
Mu Dang?
Heroes,
I don't care about Mu Dang.
And then we've got Radiant Artemis.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wait, the radiant on Artemis actually looks
I like the,
clean.
like, light gray pants. Like it's a good
Oh, yeah.
contrast.
Yeah, her
And
armor is really conducive to these recolors.
Yeah.
Works really well.
Let's see if we've got the card effects in. Ooh, we do. Nice.
I like the arrows.
Not bad.
Arrows on
Not
the
bad.
side.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Got the little
It's
buttons
okay.
here for
It's
the
okay.
keys.
Oh, they shoot on the other side too. Nice.
That's a good one. Well, that is the
Simple.
Artemis Ascension Pass.
Maybe if you're
I'm gonna
a- if
go
you're a
back to
nature
cam
enjoyer.
really quick while I prep for the next new aspect for a ported god
And this one I think is
coming to the battleground.
very cool.
Yeah, this one's crazy.
Another aspect?
It's really good.
Like
Do y'all want to
some-
spoil it before
I'll just intro this with like some aspects are like we did one little thing and it makes the god feel.
Oh
really good.
my goodness.
Some of
Come
them are
on.
like, this could kind of be a new
Cook.
god. This maybe isn't quite that far,
Cook.
but there's just a lot of
Cook.
different stuff. Like almost every ability I feel like got touched with this. Like I'm
yeah,
very
Orange
excited,
Kiss.
but
No,
it's
no,
cool.
it makes sense. We're trying to make aspects like have a lot of variety, so we don't want every.
Clumsy, were you
aspect to,
cooking
like,
here?
Completely touch every part of the god's kit, and some of them just like don't really make sense in that way.
Yes.
It's just like there's a lot of just feel and there's a lot of vibes in the aspect design.
A lot of vibes.
I mean, that's true for
Come
all game
on.
design, but it's definitely true for aspects.
You got me
Like,
excited,
some are smaller,
Kilgoon.
Some are tighter, some are more focused, some are a little bit broader. some
Come
a little bit
on.
wider. But yeah, this Thor one's really cool.
Let's stop the
Isaiah, you wanna go-
foreplay.
Yeah, we
Oh.
are
Take
in
a look at it
game.
for it.
Let's
Okay.
talk about it.
Um,
So
you just gonna-
Thor's aspect is aspect of Thunderstruck. AJ, talk to me about this one.
Right, so his Thunderstruck passive is now always active. When you trigger it, so you have to hit 3 times on a god, it will heal Thor and slow and tremble the god, which those were previously, it was just bonus
Wait.
damage. Now it does these things.
Wait.
Warrior's Madness gets you protections instead of strengths. But
So this
he's
is
losing
support
damage
Thor?
on Mjolnir's Attunement. The double tap essentially does not do any bonus damage, and Tectonic Rift does no damage.
But I actually think it's more solo
no
lane
damage
Thor.
scaling. So
Than
some
support
significant
Thor.
damage, sacrifices
Because
in
this seems
favor
like
of
auto
this
attack
more
Thor more than anything.
brawler
Yeah.
CC protections and self-sustain effect.
Yeah, it's worked well for us in solo and support in testing.
Take some damage really quick.
Could also, I guess, maybe be a tanky jungle, but definitely it works as a support for sure.
And one of Pon's favorite things about this aspect is that the hammer is always lit up. And the hammer was always lit up when you're this passive because your Thunderstruck effect.
That does
is
look
always
cool.
on.
All right, so
So
let me
it's
trigger
like-
it on this Ymir here. See, I get the
There you
heal.
What does the heal scale
Tremble,
off
and
of?
As it arcs, of course.
What does the heal scale
and
off
you'll see, like,
of?
when you do your spin hits
Quiet,
3 times.
chat.
So your spin is going to trigger it by itself if you hit all 3 times.
We have important
wall into hammer
questions
throw is going
to
hit 3
be
times.
answered.
So you can trigger this a lot of times if you are chaining your abilities together well.
Yeah, these numbers are coming
Wait,
down. I can
it
tell you that
procs?
already.
Wait.
Don't worry
It
about
procs
it.
off the chain lightning.
Less on the numbers and more
Yeah.
on the concept.
Yes. The numbers are going to come down before the flash
Oh
test.
my.
Because it was very strong in our testing already. But we really like the concept. We think that the pieces are there. It just the tuning needs to come down a bit. But yeah,
It
it's really
scales off
cool.
of health.
We also had another aspect, a little bit more simple one, but very focused.
Bro,
so I
your
think it's
abilities
exciting, but we're not
proc it,
gonna
so you
talk
just-
about it today, maybe later in the week.
Yeah.
Just
That
wanted to
is
make sure that we
crazy.
fix up bugs on that one first.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the sweet plays with
Drop it
Thunderstruck
today.
Lore.
I
And if you
think
wanna
this
use
one
a
might
certain song
become
as
like the
your soundtrack.
default in solo. Yeah.
Drop it today, Pon.
Yeah, this one is really cool. I can't wait to see what the community comes up with this for this one.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
People are saying attack speed plus this. They're already cooking.
Yeah, like the kind of tanky Amaterasu warrior.
Drop
attack
it today.
speed and bruiser
Drop it
build
today
could work really well
for
And then
5
reminders
subs.
On the drawbacks on this, right?
Yes.
Is that there's no damage scaling on your wall anymore, and your return of your axe or of your hammer throw deals no damage.
Yeah.
And the return on the hammer throw deals double damage normally. So
Yeah,
you're
so it's-
losing
You can't sub to
2/3
Smite game?
of
Watch me.
6%, right? Yeah, of the damage reduction. So it's pretty significant damage reductions.
Yeah.
How do I get rid of this?
Well, chat call.
I'll do it right
attack
here.
Speed. Do you want to
Watch
start
me.
talking about some of the new items coming in OB4?
Is this guy
Yes,
sub? Yeah, you
Thor
can
may
sub
not
now.
Be the prime candidate for this.
10
new
subs
item,
now.
but, let's talk about the first.
Can we
one.
make it 15?
We got Nimble Ring.
Yeah, so this is a new item going to be in this next patch of Smite 2.
Every 30 intelligence,
This is
you
just
gain
the
2 basic attack
nimble
damage and 2%.
passive from the glyph.
That's dog shit.
Ross Talon Glyph in
Yeah,
Smite 1.
but it's just that glyph passive as its own item because we just felt like this was a cool passive and this was strong enough to work
It's
as
just
an item
bad.
on its own.
It's just
So we're
bad. No, chat.
another
Chat, stop
potentially
saying
a
it's
key tool to making
OP.
true
Stop saying that's OP.
intelligence
That's not OP.
ADCs
That's
better.
terrible.
We already have Smite 2, so like Soul and Zeus. Can
There's
just
no
build
such thing as
strength.
building
They wanna
intelligence
go full
auto
ADC,
attack.
and that's
Yet,
actually pretty
at
good.
least. Yet.
But if you want to have a little
Yet,
bit more of a
at
splash,
least.
or you want to have a higher int build for your abilities and then get something to just get your ADC features online a little bit more, you can go ahead and build the Nimble Ring.
Yeah, it'd be cool. And then speaking of Bancroft's Talon,
That shit on
to help
Soul
me talk
aspect,
about
it would be
in
ass.
Smite 2.
It would be
Yeah,
ass.
Bancroft's Talent finally
It's so
returns,
bad.
You know, an item that a lot of people really liked in Smite 1. Really
Oh, they
popular.
nerfed it.
So we're excited to bring it back.
Oh,
in
they
Smite
nerfed
2.
it.
It's going to give mages,
It's a heavily
especially
nerfed
one like
item.
Anubis, who already has
This item is
new
terrible.
passive in Smite 2 that gives him stacks as he gets lower. So this is going to stack.
this is
even
a horrible,
even
horrible
better on
item.
him than it did on Smite 1. It was always
Wait, they
his
gutted it.
bread and butter item. in
They
Smite 1.
actually gutted it. It's horrible.
But yeah, some slight adjustment to the stats and stuff here, but
It's
Bancroft's
actually
as you
gutted.
know it and love
It is
And we
terrible.
had to preemptively nerf this because we were watching a fight back the other day and like a character went from like 0% health to 100% health.
Okay,
with
maybe
one
it's not
ability,
terrible
like,
because there are really bad intelligence
Yeah.
lifesteal
it may
items.
still
Okay,
be
it's not terrible.
good,
I lied.
you
It's
know,
not terrible.
Definitely let
It's
us know
not
how it feels
terrible.
during the
Yeah.
playtest.
But it is
The reason why we run flash tests is to get feedback. from
not
them.
great,
And
I think.
you know, numbers are easy-ish to change at this point, right? It's like that's why we want to test these things. Yeah.
Cool. AJ, did we have anything with Typhons in this update
Yep.
as well? All
Yep.
right, I'll hover Typhons and we can talk about
it
it.
got its passive.
Nice.
So it
They
used to
brought
just
back
be a
Typhons
stat
from
stick,
Smite
and
1,
now it
bro.
has
I'm
the
pissed.
passive.
I'm so pissed.
Lifesteal,
I'm actually
characters
so
are key in this
pissed.
update, you know?
Yeah, so now
Bro,
you can
lifesteal
actually
was so
build a more
balanced, and
dedicated
now it's just gonna be
mage
fucking
lifesteal
busted.
build if you want to. And these are the 2 key enabler items for that.
Cool. And then
So
I believe
pissed.
we had one more item coming in OB4
More
that we
lifesteal?
wanted to talk about.
We do.
We've talked about attack speed and lifesteal, but we should talk about some protections as well.
Speaking
and-
to my people,
Magi's
tank
Cloak.
players.
Magi's
Coming
Cloak.
into Smite 2 this update as well.
Yes, we were talking to.
Oh no, ads. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, no, chat.
I even ran 5 minutes of ads before we started.
Chat, our ads running.
That's
Can you
fine.
hear us?
No, lifesteal's
I don't see
back.
people complaining about
Where's
ads.
the
Oh,
anti-heal
you got
buff?
the bubble.
Okay, all right,
cool.
we're good. Okay.
No idea.
Okay, we're good.
So
Sorry.
the bubble is back.
Yeah, I think potentially even a better item in Smite 2, just with the way the game.
I actually think that's fine.
Yeah,
yeah.
the one.
I would rather have Magi's in the game than Mantle, to be honest.
Okay, now they got ads.
Really
They-
appealing.
They have ads now.
I would rather play against
we'll go
Magi's
for it.
than Mantle.
Take a little,
Yeah, take a little breather.
little breather.
How long do the ads usually take?
7 of them, so that would be
2-ish minutes?
yeah.
Something like
To
that.
make up for running
you pause
ads,
Turn them off.
I
So-
ran,
Ads,
so
we
ran
should
pre-rolls.
Yeah,
drop
and
Thor
try and get rid of
aspect
them.
We
early.
also, so there's basically a setting that we have to change before we start the stream
Yeah.
every day.
It's a good idea.
Did not do that.
Inbound.
Probably what happened.
I have heard a
Brand
lot
is
of Twitch
not into
streamers
that.
complain about this type of thing before, but I know it's possible.
Dude,
I
it's
just never
I'm
done it.
fucking.
Talk,
My panties are soaked right now just thinking about this Thor
We're
passive.
frozen, you know. Here, well, while we wait, I'll go ahead and buy it. That way, when people come back, they can see the fancy bubble.
It's a good looking bubble.
It's a weird looking bubble.
Drop the name of the H God while we can't hear you. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh man.
Can't some people see us?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's a-
Some people can. if you
Thor
got, like,
aspect.
turbo up
It's
here,
pretty complicated,
Right.
but it makes him a solo laner.
karaoke. You
Like
were
a
talking
really
about
good
a
solo
theme
laner.
song Before,
Yeah, I was thinking that we need as much as I like the music that we intro to every day, I was like, we need some kind of like. Do you
Yeah, you
watch
lose
the
a lot of your
reels
damage,
guy
but you
that
gain a lot of
opens,
utility.
Uh,
You get a tremble, you get a stun, you have another stun, you have a heal.
He opens like Pokemon packs.
Yep.
And he's got the other song for like when he gets them back from grade. He's like, "What grade did you get?
Yep.
Is it good or is it?" Anyway, but yeah, I love that. I'm like, I need more like personalized songs
Right,
for
yeah.
what we're doing.
Why is the bubble
We'll get
breathing?
a theme song going. you
Yes.
know. 20 seconds left.
Okay, we're almost back. Sorry,
Cool.
guys.
The
Apologies,
bubble
chat. We
is
aren't back waiting
breathing.
yet. We hear you, or we see you chatting.
20 sec, 30 sec.
Oh, I got nice.
No ads for me, W.
Oh, that is an interesting observation that the chat has. That the bubble is kind of like breathing, right? It's not like a.
Don't say
fixed
chat.
the way
Oh,
it
yeah.
is
Don't group me in.
one.
It's got new FX
It's
treatment.
definitely not the same bubble.
Yes.
It is a different
I get
bubble.
grouped in
I'm
with
not
chat.
Sure.
I would
where
say
it came from,
throbbing.
but it is not the same bubble. It's a new bubble. It's a little.
Don't
bit
say
more
it's
subtle,
throbbing or
which I
pulsing.
think is good. The other one was like really.
is wrong with
bright
you
and
guys?
In your face and just kind of eating.
It's
its own
breathing.
food. This one is still. You can clearly tell it's there, but it is. It is a new and improved bubble.
Yes. In chat saying we are back. So let's talk about Magi's Cloak.
We use the updated art because the general.
We're gonna feel your
art
pulse?
Is really, really old and rough.
and better stats than you got on Magi's in Smite 1. Like Smite 1 is like 10 of each stat or 15 of each stat, right? Like it's a better. It's not like as much of a trade-off. It seems like.
I don't remember, honestly. I'd have to double check. Pondon implemented this one. But a lot of times we have to reduce the stats as we bring from Smite 1 to Smite 2. 'Cause Smite 1 items are like super buffed over the years. Like for Mantle had to come down significantly. But yeah, Magi is just going to be a really,
Mantle's also more
valuable
expensive, too.
effect. And this is a tanky item, but this is not just a tank item, right? This is a really good splash item on DPS characters. If you have someone who's just really giving you trouble, this is a good item to buy. If you didn't pick
The dirty
beads,
bu-
this is
it's
one
not
relic,
dirty
it's
at all.
additional. This is a little bit easier to use than the talisman. There's a lot of exciting things about this item.
Yeah.
And we know that these are all mage items and tank items. We are going to be looking into some strength and some bruiser items for.
No, feel free to look away.
But we were just
Don't
looking
look
at the
into
top
them,
of the
look
list of
away
what we
from
felt like
strength
we
and
were really
tank-
excited
strength
about
and jungle items.
Feeling like needed to come to Smite 2 as soon as possible, and this is what we came up with.
Nice. Cool.
Can't wait for the Thor to
that was
land
a
on my
lot that we
back line,
covered.
start
We had
spinning
Artemis,
around.
Awilix, Nimble
And
Ring,
immune my CC.
Thank
Or
Talon,
item
Typhon,
passives.
Magi's Cloak, Thor aspect, and that's just the beginning.
2 gods, 2 aspects, 4 items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other little like quality of life stuff in here that we
Yep.
aren't going to go through today, I don't think. So-
No, yeah, I think
yeah.
we're still waiting on the full round of everything. But as always, if you have anything that you want to call out now,
No, the only other
off
thing I
the
was
top
going
of
to
your
say is we
head,
do have the new skins. I don't know if the skins are ready to take a look at.
yeah. Let's see. I'm in dev, so it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah,
more
it might be
risky
harder
to show off some of the skins. But I know in the last show I did go through the whole list of all the skins that were coming. So if you want to just go back to that VOD and
the other aspect was Artemis aspect.
And maybe on Wednesday, or hey, you'll even see them in the flash test if you play in the flash test tomorrow for all the new content.
No, Thor will be cool to fight against.
It's the new store in?
Because he's getting nerfed.
Let's see.
Oh, hey, look. Bam. There we go.
Is there
Easy.
anything?
Yeah. No, I think this is all. Wait, go to. Yeah, no, that's all.
What are we looking at?
Show, I think.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Probably.
Artemis is cool. Her aspect is cool.
If we spoil anything, I'm
Awilix is
sorry.
cool. Thor's aspect is cool.
This is on an account that owns everything, so it's
cool.
looks a little different. But basically now, when you click the store tab, at the top, you're gonna get this featured tab.
I mean, it's a Herc. I don't know why I said Thor.
Like, here's the newest release things.
Yeah.
So you can see.
Wait, we're back.
You can see what is new, and you can buy it more easily.
Yep, and I believe this is the list of all the skins in the update.
Yes, yes. So and that's why I was like, this is great. So you got Summer Fun Medusa. You got Little Bites Sobek.
Oh, I love that Sobek skin.
You got Hellforged Thor.
Ooh.
Dude, look at that, like
That almost
skin
looks like
making
Osiris.
up the-
Oh
like,
yeah,
that's
that
gross,
is
dude.
creepy. Goodness gracious,
That's a cool skin.
I even noticed that.
Yeah.
Baron Frostchild.
Baron Frostchild, Emir. We are
Classic.
I think that's supposed to be one word though. I think it's Frostchild. It's
It is one word, but
as
La
as
Roca.
a gentleman skin enjoyer, and La Roca, and then and then there's one more.
Foxy.
Foxy Amaterasu,
Yep.
the classic. So yeah, so these are if they are
Baron
classic skins that are
Frostchild.
new to Smite 2 that weren't previously. Let me back that up. If they were Divine Legacy skins and you unlocked them in Divine Legacy, you'll just get them in Smite 2.
Right.
If they're classic skins, you'll be able to get them with 100% Legacy gems. And if they are,
We don't need
just kind
Fenrir.
of like new stuff,
No.
then they'll be priced accordingly. And then and
No.
the cross-gen skins, you'll get them if you own them in Smite 1, and they'll be priced 50-50 in Smite 2.